Oh yes, son. Oh yes, son. Oh yeah.
Hey! I don't even know
Stop.
if we're on the quarantine network yet because my Facebook won't even refresh right now. But welcome in. You'll see this on the replay.
True, true.
Let me make sure it goes to the right place, if I can even do that. But welcome back. Hopefully everyone had a safe and happy Mother's Day.
Yep.
Tyler, how was your weekend?
It was, and now it is not. Uh,
Yeah.
that's
Well,
kind of how the weekends are these days.
the days, they don't matter. There's
Yeah.
yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And that's all we have.
Wow. Those deep, surprisingly deep. But now, welcome back to Quarantine Kings. Hope everybody, like Ronnie said, had a good Mother's Day. Whether you were able to be with your mothers or not, hope you all had a good one. Ronnie, hope you had a good weekend.
I did. I was not able to make the trek up to Bakersfield to be with my mother, but I was able to celebrate with my mother-in-law up in Laguna. We had a
There
good
you
time. Had a lot of smoked ribs,
go. Ooh, ooh,
quality beverages.
ooh.
I was running wild also on Mexican Train Domino's, by the way. I ran that too.
Ooh, there you go. Hell
I
yeah.
bossed everyone out. So that was awesome.
Hell yeah.
I may have to ask you to, just kind of vamp it out a little bit while my computer decides if it wants to work or not, because I am having a difficulty getting back on Facebook here.
All right. Yeah, that's not a problem. No, I mean overall it was a good weekend. I mean Saturday I spent most of the day watching the UFC fights, which was nice to see. We'll get into that a little bit more later here. Uh, Sunday kind of just hung around the house, cleaned up in the room a little bit, watched some WWE, watched The Last Dance. Again, we'll talk about that a little bit later. I was able to go see my mom, say hey to her, wish her a happy Mother's Day. So that was always good, getting to hang with the family. But ready to get back into the week, talk about the sports at hand, I guess. I mean, it certainly seems like we're going to be getting more sports soon from all the
It
sounds of it.
does.
So that's a good thing, but we'll
It
see.
does look like we're going back in the right direction, especially for the, and as we mentioned before, which we will get into the iRacing here very shortly. But the individual sports, and I'm kind of wondering too about golf, because I feel like golf could have already, they're coming back the first weekend, I think, of June. Um, this seems like a time that they could jump in there and still do events. Like Dana White's
Mm-hmm.
been really pushing. Like we saw 249 go off relatively well. I know, Friday was kind of like a red flag where he
Yeah,
did have a,
Jacare
yeah,
tested positive. Yeah,
tested positive, and I think two of his staff or people around him
cornerman.
also had
Yeah.
it. But they they just pushed on, and the event was actually really good. It was kind of weird to see. It's I wouldn't say it happened in a vacuum, but just with no fans and that sort of thing was kind of a surreal deal. But like auto racing has been doing, I'm waiting to get this to where I can share it over to Quarantine Network. So again, bear with me. But
Live TV, folks,
this well, also this computer is not.
and an old dying computer.
Yeah, it's on its last legs. But auto racing, especially NASCAR, is coming back basically with a vengeance. Now they go back to their real live events. Um, as we already discussed on this show, they're going to kind of pack a bunch of races in the regular season into a very short period of time to kind of not really catch up to the schedule, but um, and maybe just seize that opportunity to get in there in a sport where you can have distancing or sort of control the amount of people that are around the competitors and that sort of thing. So um, I'm kind of surprised at golf, to be honest with you, or maybe tennis as well, where that is something that it still looks good on TV, and it's still yes, it's great with the fans there, but the athletes competing, whether it's singles or doubles, they're pretty far away. You can kind of control and test people, take their temperature, whatever, when they're in a certain area of the competition. So I'm kind of surprised that we haven't seen particularly golf and tennis come back a little bit sooner. But we're rounding that corner. Looks like we're going to have that back soon. Auto racing, more distance capable sports, shall we say, are going to get up and running. And then, hopefully team sports are coming soon. But we still have to kind of wait on that. But looks like I'm able to do this now, hopefully. Just want this to be done and away with. We'll see what happens there. So if you're just joining us on the Quarantine Network, sorry for the delay, but had some unforeseen circumstances there, and I apologize. But I do want to mention we are the iRacing show of record, obviously on the Quarantine Network. I think it was a glorious run while it lasted. Denny Hamlin won the final event this past Saturday, and now they are going back to normal operations. But I was able to put together a little bit of a tribute video. I think fans of this show or iRacing in general would appreciate. Just we look back with fondness on the glory of iRacing. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this for you now, and hopefully my computer won't burst into flames. But enjoy a final send off to what was the joy of iRacing.
Ready for the green flag. We're racing in Homestead. Garrett Smithley on the break from William Byron.
Hey, my screen just went black.
Notice that. I don't understand people who quit the video game, man. Oops, clear. Come on, Clint! Oh. God!
He's still down there. Still there. Yep, he just came up and wrecked the hell out of you again on purpose.
Y'all have it going.
Backflop.
That's it. That's why I don't take this shit serious.
Sorry, Tyler. Just trying to talk to you there.
Peace out!
I can see it. You can't hear me? Hey. Wow. Hey.
Kyle, you're talking to everyone, bud.
Yep, we heard that.
Oh, damn. You cannot listen to that.
Yeah, you can.
Oh! Oh my gosh! No way!
Oh!
No way did that just happen. Kyle, you're talking to everyone, bud.
Yikes!
Yeah, I just want to say I'm sorry.
Yes!
Just got to say, I'm really excited about going back racing, but iRacing's definitely been an adventure and filled a great void for our sport in a time when there wasn't much going on. So thank you to everybody for watching, and we're looking forward to Darlington next week.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. As a single tear rolls down Tyler's cheek. That was the glory of iRacing. And I certainly had a good time enjoying it.
First of all, I want everybody to see this. I would stand, but then it would just be, crotch in the face, and that's not a good look. But that was a fantastic video, Artie. That was very well done.
We'll put that up on the YouTube channel for you guys later as a separate thing. I don't know how it came out audio wise. StreamYard, there's some limitations to what we can put on there, and it's kind of pushing it time wise. for what they will allow you to do. But yeah, I mean, NASCAR I thought was and they jumped on it. It was a perfect opportunity to be kind of a slide into the esports mode. They had, they'd have celebrities singing the national anthem. They'd have marshals, do the whole thing with the production as far as like as if it was actual race day. Gentlemen, start your engines, all that stuff. So I thought it was a fun time. It lost momentum when it wasn't, causing controversy every week. So maybe I guess I have to go back to real cars. And like we were talking about, gas is cheap now. So
this is true. Yeah. Yeah.
Good time to jump in.
Yeah, it was. It was definitely fun. I mean, and I think iRacing is still going to be going on. It has been going on, but it's not going to have the the professionals, the names on it. So my kind of hope is that maybe these youngins will make a name for themselves and do some crazy shit that'll get themselves in trouble, and we can continue talking about it. But no, definitely thanks to them, and thank you, Ferrari, for putting that together. That was a fantastic video.
Thank you. I was able to knock that out on my phone, by the way. Yesterday during the Mother's Day festivities.
Yeah, but I guess we do have to move forward unless iRacing presents us with stuff to talk about. We have to move on from iRacing, and I guess we can just kind of quickly touch on the big docu-series sweeping the world, the Last Dance. I know we were talking beforehand, Ronnie. You haven't got a chance to watch it yet, so I won't throw too many spoilers. Outside of the Bulls won. I mean, that's there's that spoiler.
Dude, I haven't watched the VHS tapes.
Oh, jeez.
I had two of those finals I'd never even seen before. Wait, Michael Jordan wasn't? He was kind of a jerk. What?
Yeah, I know. Surprising. He's a degenerate gambler, if you can believe it.
I did see also that Ken Burns came out and kind of blasted The Last Dance because everyone's saying it's not like
it's not impartial. There's a little bias to it because it's mostly from Michael. Yeah, and I get that. I do get that, but
MJ was not going to do it. If it was just totally blasting him. I mean, he already kind of got out in front of it by saying, "Yeah, some of this stuff I kind of look like a jerk," which more, like I said, sports fans that sort of know what's going on already kind of, we know you're a jerk, but we want to see both sides and hear you tell stories about it. But it's mostly like, oh yeah, someone said Clyde Drexler was as good as Jordan, and then you just being mean to Clyde Drexler for no reason, even though he never did anything to you. And then he'll just talk for like 5 minutes about, oh yeah, I like to gamble. It's not a problem. All right, and then we move on. It's like, okay, well, I could see there's definitely a slant to this, but it's still good stuff.
Yeah. That definitely comes up in these episodes about like anybody says anything to or about Jordan, he's just like takes it as slight and just it wrecks them. But I did actually forget to bring this up. I know you usually open the show with a "Suck It Mosquitoes" sign. I had to make a sign on my own after last night's episode. We got
to back it up. Legalize Kemp. And I'll just give you the "Suck It Mosquitoes" as is tradition.
As always, "Suck It Mosquitoes."
Oh, I was spitting a lot of plates here in the background, so I didn't have time to hit you.
Yeah, but it was two very good episodes. Two things that really jumped out to me were the ends of the episodes. End of episode 7 was, people asking Mike, what do you think about people saying maybe you weren't a good guy, and him just kind of breaking down, I acted the way I did to my teammates to push them because that's what I know how to do. And they like, I actually texted a good friend of the show, Daniel Vasquez, about that last night. Like, I guarantee you Kobe would have said probably the exact same thing as Mike. That's just Kobe was no to be a dick to teammates, but that's kind of what you see a lot of those top players are. Like, they demand the most out of their teammates, and if they've got to be a dick to do it, they'll be a dick to do it.
Well, I think especially in basketball, if you're at that level, it's there's 5 guys on one team on the court at one time. So if you're that level of talent and that you have the ability to basically carry a team, but you still need guys coming with you, pulling the same direction. You see it more in basketball. It's, on a football team, basically we're talking about like 22 starters. So
right,
one guy, that might not land on the same, ears as far as like, all right, but Mike's out there all the time. He's playing defense. He's rebounding. He's doing whatever it takes to win. And he's just, if he has to drag someone there, if he, fight them in practice, some of the unsavory things, but that's kind of what puts you above some of the other ones.
I think it also kind of like reaffirms something that I've thought about for a while. Yeah, Cease, you might be right. I can't confirm or deny that.
I was trying to get that on the screen. It wouldn't show, but yeah. Well,
I could see it.
that's for him to know and you to find out, Cease.
Right? No, it did kind of confirm one thing that I've kind of felt for a while was, there's a reason why like the top star players don't make good coaches, but then like the role players do. And it's, because the top star players are like, just go out and do it. Just go out and be good. Because like, that's what I did. Whereas a role player is kind of more like, they know that, you're going to have to talk to this guy, like coddle him. This guy, you're going to be a jerk to him. This guy, you're going to have to like work on his mental game. The pro athletes, everything just, the top stars, everything came so normal that like, they can't teach that, like, so the coaching just doesn't work out for them.
Well, yeah, and they'd be frustrated. Like, why can't you do it? Like, I've always had this ability to just do these things. Like, it's not, there's a reason why you're, naturally one of the best already. And then, your competitive desire, whatever, even takes it to the next level. But trying to coach, I mean, we saw, MJ as GM drafting Kwame Brown and then just like basically ruining him mentally.
Yeah.
In a very early stage.
Yeah.
That's where it kind of comes in. And then you see, like you were saying, some of the role players or like catchers in baseball, they're usually like great coaches, managers, linemen in football, because they've seen, sort of like the intricacies of the game. They were never a star player, but they know sort of the brass tacks of like, this is what needs to be done. I can coach this. I can't, tell the star wide receiver, like, you should catch more, or the quarterback play better. I could just X's and O's, like, this is what needs to be done to win. As far as like a more pragmatic approach. Whereas, Kobe, MJ, someone like this is like, I'm great. You guys should just do what I do.
Right. Yeah. Just be great. Like,
people can't do what you do. That's why you're Michael Jordan. But
right.
And that's why you can't really translate that into coaching. But I'm gonna watch it tomorrow. I'm off on the bank, so I'm gonna watch both episodes and catch up. We'll touch on it a little bit Wednesday, maybe when I'm more caught up to speed. I know there was a lot of good anecdotes and stuff that come out of every episode, but I've seen a couple that came out of last night's, and it looks really good. And then we got 2 more next weekend, so I'll try to catch those as they're out. So next Monday, we'll do a final recap and just sort of give our thoughts on that. But they've been doing a great job with that. And again, I'm still baffled as to why they're not dragging this out more. But at least, credit to ESPN. They're doing 2 a weekend. They lock it down for 2 hours every week. They're dominating the sports world for those 2 hours. So,
breaking news: ESPN now announcing they're going to show 10-minute blocks once a week.
We are taking this thing to August. Damn it.
You gave them the idea, because we all know that ESPN head honchos are watching this show as we speak.
I'm just trying to help you guys.
If you want to kick a little money this way for the help,
Yeah, I mean, come on.
A little something for the effort.
I mean, it's not like we don't have great sponsors. Obviously, Sabores Colombianos.
How dare you? We do have great sponsors.
Jupiter Records and Tapes, of course, and obviously Tito Auto Body and Used Tires. I did want to try this. We've been, I had a lot of good feedback about this freaking guy. We've been trying to get it in. We moved to a new app, so it's a little different logistically. We're going to try to get one on here.
Hopefully.
This happened Friday. Yeah, I don't know, kind of what's showing up on the stream right now because my computer's really lagging out hard. But let's fire up this freaking guy. This came to us via Twitter last Friday. So let's just see what happens here.
That picture still makes me laugh.
This guy was going in big at an undisclosed, looks like maybe a CVS or a Walgreens.
Yeah.
And yes, that is actually 9 cases of Keystone Light.
It's 9:30 racks, baby. Woo!
Yeah, that's 270 keystones for the boys on a Friday night, maybe, whenever that picture was taken. But this is actually the first positive this freaking guy I had to get the pleasure of commenting on. This guy's just having a good time, maybe celebrating. Well, it's a quarantine, so hopefully it wasn't just him or even like him and two other guys. I would, assume maybe like 6 people to run through 270 keystones at least. Otherwise, there's some serious health concerns there. But
that's his Mother's Day gift, fool. What are you talking about?
Maybe, yeah. Mom said she wanted one thing, and it was 270 keystone lights.
She wants the stones.
In that case, this guy's a great son. He
right?
Came through. We saw the Coors Light lady in Pennsylvania with the sign, "I need more beer." So maybe this guy's just being a good son. But that is tonight's This Freaking Guy. Wanted to bring that back for you guys. I know it's been a little while. We got a bankroll of ones that didn't make it on. We will revisit those at a later time. But that is tonight's This Freaking Guy.
Oh, yeah. First of all, I got to love that This Freaking Guy was a positive one this time. That's, nice instead of just,
It's a breath of fresh air.
Instead of people being complete idiots, it's just, some bro that wants to pong it up, and he's talking up for months.
Yeah, we can't go super negative on This Freaking Guy. I mean, we want to give you a ray of sunshine. And, things are changing for the better, but, we're still got to mind our social distance and quarantine and all that. So just give a positive one. So I appreciate Tyler for sending that one my way so we can make that into This Freaking Guy.
All right. Well, I guess we can move on to the next thing then. The big. There we go, Jaime. That's what's up.
Keystone Life, baby. Keystone.
The big event that's kind of kickstarting a lot of the sports coming back was the big UFC 249 card this weekend. I thought it was an awesome card. I know some people were a little bit weirded out because there was no crowd, and it made it sound way more violent because you could just even like every little jab was just like sounded horrible. I don't know if maybe it's just because I've been rewatching all the Ultimate Fighters because those take place in front of a small gym with no crowd, or even like some old Pride fights, just because Japanese crowds in combat sports are kind of always like very quiet to start, and then they ramp up. So at the beginning of fights, you can always hear, the hits. So I enjoyed it. I mean, obviously, I think fighters feed off the crowds, and they probably would rather want to fight in front of a crowd. But overall, I thought it was very entertaining. A lot of good fights, a lot of bloody fights, and some controversies coming out at the end of it as well.
Yeah, and I think You had texted me while we were kind of both watching the prelims. I didn't have a chance, after the fact. I saw what happened in some of the pay-per-view card or matches and stuff, but it was kind of interesting to see that sort of happen in a vacuum because, like you said, even the glancing blows or little things like that, like that stuff hurts. Like a little, just like a get off me elbow or something. That I'd probably be hurt for like 3 weeks.
Oh yeah.
Like the stuff that these guys kind of walk through and just go through for the rest of the round is ridiculous. And I was also, kind of weird, and it was sort of eerie to see people, all like the doctors and the reporters, the photographers, with masks on. One thing I was kind of curious about, and I feel like Dana might jump out on this soon, where are the Reebok masks? Like, I mean, it's Reebok everything. So
this is true.
Can we get a
You're
UFC
right, it is.
mask? Everything.
It is like, Reebok everything.
Took away all the cool, like, weird shorts and, stuff that people used to wear, or Crystal Palace painted on their chest and stuff like that. So why not just go all the way and get a Reebok mask? But
that's true.
I thought it was a good card, and definitely, with what happened on Friday, we had a guy, he's tested positive. They pushed through, made the event happen, and it was still, a lot of good fights out there. I'm going to defer to the fight doctor, Mr. Tyler Worth, to break down some of the big ones, because there were some good ones.
Yeah, definitely some good ones. I guess I'll just kind of start from the bottom and work the way up, just with the fights that really stood out to me. in the opening fight on the ESPN prelims, which was this was personally my fight of the night, which was Vicente Luque and Nico Price. Vicente wins with a third round stoppage, but that was just two dudes just standing in front of each other, wailing the whole time. And, you can make arguments for both guys that were, maybe they were leading the card before the stoppage, which is why it got my fight of the night, because that one was a bit more back and forth. And both guys just looked like they'd been through absolute hell by the end of the fight. Very fantastic there. Got to give a shout out on the main card to Francis Ngannou. I know we were texting a little bit about that before. Ngannou, who comes from for the boxing fans, the Deontay Wilder, school of like, I don't technically look good. I don't have much technique that, like, if you were, teaching somebody how to box, like, oh yeah, look at this guy, but he's just going to swing and knock. If he hits you, you're out. Like, it's not even a question. You're out.
The way he just comes in there, it's just like, you better, it's like that old, get off the tracks when the train is coming, because like he's coming, and like you might be able to dodge or maybe outsmart him, sort of out technical him, but he's coming in with a flurry, and this guy is scary as hell. Yeah,
just big power. He's definitely going to be. If he's not, I don't think he's the number one contender right now. It's right now they're still trying to work on the DC Stipe Miocic fight for the title, but I mean, Nagano's just right on the door there. In the bantamweight title fight, Henry Cejudo beat Dominic Cruz, second round TKO. There was a little bit of controversy with some people there because Cruz seemed to be kind of like trying to get up when the ref called the fight. I thought it was a good call. I mean, he was down. He took like 11 straight lefts to the face. And he was at one point he was getting up, but after like the 8th hit, like his head kind of went back down and touched the mat. As soon as I saw that, I was like, no, I think the ref made a good stoppage. Although Cruz did make the claim that the ref of that fight smelled like booze and cigarettes. So he's kind of throwing a little controversy at the end of the fight there.
So and then afterwards, where he stands.
Yeah, and then afterwards, Henry Cejudo announced his retirement. Combat sports, we'll see if that actually happens. Even though in the post fight presser, Cejudo said, there's a number that Dana White could throw at me that'll bring me back, but. And then, of course, the main event for the interim lightweight title, Justin Gaethje beats Tony Ferguson, 5th round TKO. Tony Ferguson is not human. He is not human. He took a absolute beating. I couldn't even believe that. Like any of those shots would have dropped 98% of the fighters in the lightweight division. But Ferguson, I mean, my hat's off. I don't know how he didn't get knocked out.
No, yeah, that was just a brawl. And I've seen a couple, what's his name, Iole, the Yahoo guy, was saying.
Oh, Kevin Iole, yeah.
He basically just stayed in the gym, the whole time after it was going to be him and Khabib, and that didn't happen. So, he's kind of thrown out there. Maybe he left his best fight in the gym. He just maybe overtrained for it. I mean, he's still, like you said, it was inhuman, the amount of damage that he took in that fight, because he just got wailed on, and it was, he just got boxed to hell. I mean, he would, like, Gaethje was just hitting him, like, constantly. Yeah. Like, it was insane.
Well, I know Tony, and for whatever reason, he actually cut weight to 155 twice in a 3-week period. Once because, when they thought there was originally going to be a card that got canceled, he still cut the weight just because he told somebody he would do it. And then they were like, oh, no, the fight's going to be here. And so he cut the weight again. So maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know. Either way, Justin Gaethje's got the interim title. I would like to give more analysis on this, but we're up against it here. So thank you all for joining us. Stick around. We got the 8 p.m. Howl at the Moon coming up, followed by Ask Auntie Bev. Anything, Ronnie, anything you want to close out with today?
Just R.I.P. Jerry Stiller.
R.I.P.
Great ones. We'll be missed.
Absolutely. Keep the fire, everybody.
Keep that fire.